Yeah. You girls, you girls, you girls, you girls, you girls. You girls are hilarious. Whoa. Okay, so it's March 14th. We have to do a little check-in because you girls, you know how you act. Yeah, talk about growth, talk about star of the show, talk about Hierophant. Because again, you girls. But let's look at the overview for this purification. Did anybody else have a day where it was like, oh, and that's why it was so painful purging you girls out of the system? Because it was too much. It was a release. The things we had to release, I'm seeing now, were indeed being purged, you know? It was like, we're not going to need this. And I see why. Wow. I think right now, the card that we have that comes out is the Spontaneity, which immediately makes me think of the Year of the Fire Horse. And how part of what makes it feel so like fast moving and driven is that it's like, it almost kind of feels like stuff could just kind of manifest out of nowhere. But the thing that you'd have to stay grounded in right now, or that maybe where you're balancing things, is like how much courage it would take for someone to even do what they're doing. You know, even with the ways that people are showing up completely like toxic and not healed and wild and crazy, it still would be a courageous act to admit or to show the full spectrum of what it is. I feel like that's been a big thing. It's like people have been really hiding how bad it is or whatever. And so it's like, you know. So yeah. I think it would take courage to make something spontaneous happen right now in general. So I think I am holding my humanity for people who are doing exactly that right now, you know, because you could be someone who's not even trying to even remotely do something courageous. So yeah, that's immediately what I feel is just like, you're gonna have to really be brave during this year of the Fire Horse, because I just think it asks you to This is a huge message. The only other thing I'll say, the reason you were forgiving yourself the first week of March is because something is now ready to ground into your reality. That's gonna call you to really truly like be a leader, like lead the situation. You know what I mean? Because even if the things outside of you right now are not integrated, you are in your wholeness. And either way, this situation, you can tell is karmic justice for you in some way, because it's about giving you insight on why you just went on the particular journey that you went on with said thing. Right? The wind, this has to do with like the invisible aspects of everything. The things we cannot see within the space. All the dynamics we don't deal with or talk about, you know. Let's see, any other messages? The other big thing that's also very much being said is that your life force is directly tied to your self-discipline. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can tell now what I mean when I say, like, someone is completely demonic. It would have to do with, like, whether or not you, like, are fighting for your life force. I mean, you have to have some sort of, like, wherewithal to keep the shit chugging, you know? We're not just walking for shits and giggles. It's like we want to have a strong life force energy, you know? And in order to do that, you just have to stay self-disciplined. I think the people right now who aren't, like, you can literally see, I was going to say today was one of those days where it was like the demons were just announcing themselves. They were just like letting you know. They literally, you go on social media and the girls are like, I'm a karmic demon. Like, they're literally, I'm telling you, the captions are getting that crazy. Yeah, it's getting that crazy. Yeah, it's giving, yeah. And I think a lot of that has to do with, like, they have no self-discipline. Like, I literally tonight was just, like, witnessing and thinking about how, like, the babble that these people will speak is, like, they just, like, speak a curse over themselves. They speak in cursive, straight up. Where it's just, like, so you just basically have no accountability built into your language anymore, is kind of what it gives. And exactly. And then we got personal truth as another message and the creation of it all. If you're living out your personal truth, you are able to go into sort of that artistic avenue. But it's all parts of the same whole. It's so like what it was.
Yeah.
And it just, like I said, it's like my personal truth right now. It's like I'm so in my own experience and energy about my life. Like I'm so not worried about it. You know, because when you live out your personal truth, you actually have a means for creation. Like you know that you can make something with that information. Whereas it's really difficult to make something when you don't know what your personal truth is. What are you going to be building? It's huge. So, because you're seeing how people meet up with the spontaneity, right? And then, of course, like I said, we were going through forgiveness and grounding and leadership and wholeness and insight and journey. Like, so it's like a lot of this is like you're going to have to forgive yourself because you might spontaneously be asked to like rehash something. But it should be considered, if you're in your wholeness, it should be nothing but like positive insight for you. Because I think, like I said, one of the most annoying parts of my 2025 was just like so many people refusing to let me see what it is because they know how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like they know it's not as good as what I was giving, and they knew that it's like if I saw it, I would be able to immediately clock and be like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Discern, out of here. So they just want to stay in the story long enough by just being ambiguous. And it's like, okay, be ambiguous, but. And this is kind of giving that gotta go, gotta blast. Like this is when it's like if you need to keep inner peace for your inner child in any way, you're gonna just get up and go. Like if I'm overstimulated, if it's about segment intending. It's about really being intentional about what we're doing and why, you know. Because I think some people are still in a very reactionary space. I think some people didn't want to get left behind, but it doesn't really matter, does it? I think we're seeing that. It's like the hell of it all. Doesn't really matter. You could have you could have hopped on the back of the truck that everybody was already taking off on, but it's like, what if they're all going somewhere you don't have no money for? You know what I mean? It's like, you can jump on the car. It's like, cool, we're going to get there one day. And then it's like,
right.
yeah. And yeah, again, that's why God is giving us like triple Jerusalem, girl, and all this stuff. And it's like, don't even worry about it because you're a part of someone's protection. Like someone understands that they don't, people are being like, it's people's higher selves that are asking them to come to you and like help them release, because they're releasing this patriarchal system within this male power being released. Because this is basically what we did. We did a magic trip where it's like, we're gonna like fall through the floor. Where it's like, wait, tennis don't work. What? Poof, poof. Now you see me, now you don't. Popping out to prosperity though. Right? Popping out to and then just cultivating that joy and gratitude, right? And we mixed with that little bit of courage it took today, you know?
Ride the ride.
Right. Then we also did a little bit of service work today, right? Taking in people and like being the bigger person and blah, blah, blah. And then right now we get to fall back into our love, right? All of this was made possible by the right use of will. So I feel like that's what it comes down to right now. Is like, well, it's in the effort, you know? I think it's signs of like, well, good, get yourself somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. True. That's how it's gonna be like. True.
Just so you guys know, it's not these guys. It's just me, actually. Let's see what else. I'm just seeing this love, and then of course the first card we got out is this King of Cups and this Ten of Cups. I mean, that's what I really feel more than anything right now. Is like, I feel really happy that I'm in your arms and totally in your family with you. Not like the morning stars, like the family you're building, but it just, I mean, but I just feel like the divine masculine right now is like really at a Ten of Cups place.
I completely feel that exactly.
Where there's just like a total recognition of like, this is the most fulfilling thing ever.
Yeah, the most fulfilling thing ever.
I mean, this is just such a like.
I'm so grateful you feel that, because you have that feeling.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, true, I can understand.
Right? So
So
let's see what the King of Cups is saying. What's the King of Cups
the
saying?
morning stars are like, it's a home.
Wow.
It's love. It's like, for sure.
It's like, what's making them know that you're the person is it's like, one, being really attracted to whatever. This King of Cups is like really attracted. King of Wands, right? Two, your Six of Wands, your personal success and victory. Like whatever your accomplishments are, it's like. But it's like the accomplishment is like being victorious, and then on top of that, the other thing that's helping them know is that like you're very discerning, like Two of Swords, Nine of Wands, and you have really strong boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, that are integrated from your knowledge, Nine of Wands, as someone who has gone through stuff and learned stuff from it. You know, I think this is kind of like a King of Cups that's just like you're the whole package type of frequency. There's such an like I said, there's just such an attraction to the personal the personally victorious cycle that they're like seeing. But it's also really well known that's like what's really also having to happen as well, that I don't think you need to feel bad about, is that it's got to be deeply discerning and deeply like protected with strong boundaries in order for all of this to work, you know, to keep it as ecstasy and not just like madness, you know. It's also important because they're also just seeing you, the justice, the karmic, the sweet again. Dude, the fucking sweet justice.
Like weird.
The way that things, I think this is also like a King of Cups. It's like looking and it's like the sweet justice manifesting proves it's like this is like the person who gets karmic justice in a very sweet way, and it's like he makes you victorious, and that's just like really an attractive vibe because it's like, bruh, I just see nothing but admiration and respect.
I agree.
Because it was like you're getting sweet justice for the Five of Swords. Okay, so the recent past too, it's crazy because it's like you went from the Knight of Cups in the recent past to the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Cups, which means like there's a complete identifier of like what full spectrum happiness would look like through the cup of another. But it was from the recent past where the magician sub the Knight of Cups, where you were manifesting something. This is like, I'm going to send out an intuitive offer. Like, this is like trying to manifest this lover. This is like what the Knight of Cups is doing. Sub the magician. And then the King of Cups is when you have it. This is about the High Priestess. God was like, I'm gonna have them right there when you're fucking Six of Cups. Exactly, because what they don't know, what these girls don't realize is like, what was once just Knight of Cups level of interest is now King status, is now. So anything that was going down is only more intense, stronger, more fortified when it comes to this High Priestess soulmate. For King of Cups.
Yeah.
It's in the psyche. It's like she's like floating in the mind of this King of Cups. This crazy look. It's just like that's the thing. And then, but it's like what's crossing this is how you know. It's funny because I feel like the High Priestess might, the High Priestess just focus on like, again, like life, the cycle of life. I feel like the High Priestess is like doing whatever, but I feel like she could feel a bit like, I'm not trying to be anybody's perfect anything, you know? I'm trying to get victory where I can get it. I'm trying to make sure you girls ain't fucking me over. And I'm trying to have strong, healthy boundaries right now to navigate this. Because I can see aspects of this being about me getting justice, but I just gotta be delicate and realize what I do and don't have to do. Near future, 5 of Swords reverse, 10 of Swords. Someone is getting cut off for good.
I see what's happening.
Well, look at there she is. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. That's such a hottie. It's like the hottie, right? This is that energy. This is the divine feminine. She's like, she has it all. This is the individual who's so independent they have everything. This is not needing much. Oh. Because someone's 10 of... But it's crazy because as this divine feminine is realizing, like, I'm completely... I am the whole package, that it's just me. It also, some Page of Swords is ready to send a message that ends it for once and for all. 10 of Swords. Let's see. Yep, karmics. Jezebels, demons, the fear space. The fear space for this masculine is the devil, the karmic, the Jezebel. Of course. Let's see what then. This is such a retrograde ass message. the Fool card in reverse is the outcome. Let's see. Let's clarification. So bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. That's hard, right? Eight of Cups. All right, wait. Bless you. Stars. 2 stars. This is the same, right? The star and the sun are they share a lot in common because they're both stars. And that's what I think the whole lesson is that you're supposed to be amongst the stars. You know, in life, in love. I feel like that's how this King of Cups feels about the High Priestess frequency. Because you can't unsee that, I feel like. Let me see. Okay, let's see what this King of Cups is clarified as. King of Cups, what's his vibe? 9 of Wands reverse. It's like there is a serious message about disarming the alarm, like the tripwire. Like, I really feel like this King of Cups right now is like it would be very noticeable if there was something that could like take down the walls. Like, if this is the kind of King of Cups, it's like around every other bitch, I'm really not fucking with the vibes. But when it comes to High Priestess, it's like I'm disarmed. There's something about the personal success of the High Priestess at 2/22/13 that disarms. It's like where you're not scared. Look, you see how she's like, you're not even at my boundaries. It's like I can let my it's almost like my guard down. It has a lot more to do with trust. It's like this is like a deep message of like, this is truly the only energy you could ever really trust, though, because repetitively looking at what I feel like is the High Priestess coming through solid. Like, it's like every time the High Priestess is like, we're going to Six Flags, we're at Six Flags. You know what I mean? It's no games, no frills. And I just feel like there's a like, oh, like the King of Cups can like offer this cup, and it's like you can, again, because usually this is a very guarded love. This is like someone who's just like, they're usually not so open to give that because it's probably a deep cup whenever it is offered. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's such a guarded, it's like, but this is big because this isn't some guarded framework. Let's see. Because you're too busy being successful to even be playing on their boundaries. That's what I'm saying. It's like your coming up is very different, but it's also like an equality thing. I think it goes back to what I said. It's like we're both stars. I feel like that's what someone's like recognizing. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm a star, you're a star type of thing. Mm-hmm. That's probably why, you know, you're over here having personal victory, and it's actually disarming the walls around my heart. Because I think the only reason people build up walls around their heart is when they see bitches be like, you know, they can't do shit for themselves. So it's like, you say you meet a High Priestess out in the world that's like getting done and making guap, and fucking they're viable too as a partner, and maybe you're someone who's only used to partners where it's like fucking couch surfing and fucking no help. So, you know, I think when you see that where it's like, whoa, you have like personal success and fulfillment, that you're, again, it's like a deep sense of like you're really focused on that. You're really just focused on like how successful we are, and the whole time you've completely like decoded. It's like you're the kryptonite. It's like you like know. Yeah, it's like I just feel like this King of Cups was like, you wouldn't even know that whenever you're speaking, you're undoing the riddle, you know, but the riddle is being undone. Just because you're not afraid to be like in your very magnetic personal victory, really discerning you, but like not. This is someone who's like definitely not just gonna trust it off top. That's what it's giving. High Priestess is like, I'm gonna sniff it out every time. And I just think it's so magnetic because this is not, again, but there's just like a run-in. I feel like this is such a run-in energy, like face to face with the success of it's like, let's see. Let's look at the Six of Wands. What is the Six of Wands saying? Ten of Wands, first of all. But you mean to tell me, that's what I'm saying, the personal success is like, I'm rich and I'm in union. This is like being successfully being a balance. You're walking literally. It's like this is walking and making money. This is like just being you. When you're in balance and in union, it's like you're the horse every step. The money bloats. I just feel that way. And this King of Wands is like fucking horse vibes. Holy shit, that's what I'm saying, dude. Eight of Pentacles, I just heard DBRs in their 80s, but it's just like, it's giving that, you know? This is just money magnetism, too. Maybe there's also just such a sense of, like, you're having a lot of personal success and, like, your business being very valuable. Like, it really... And again, there's just something about it being mirrored, like it being like two stars. It's two different experiences. One is like, because I think this king is like, that was exactly what, I feel like this king is like, I'm in the polished version of it, right? Which is like Eight of Pentacles. Like what's got me in my King of Wands is that like Eight of Pentacles is like, I've double certified platinum certification, right? But there's someone who's doing, it's almost like not the exact same thing, but it's like you're this stage of personal success. It's not, you don't run a kingdom yet, but your personal success is showing evidence that it's, but this is also like we're equals, because it's like, this king's like, I remember being just like that. I remember when I was in that phase, but they're making even more money. It's almost like what I'm hearing them say is like, they're making even, this king knows this thing is going to be even bigger than what this king is, because the Six of Wands is, it's like, you're already at the Seven Pentacles, only at the Six of Wands. Your personal victory is all. You've already made so much money just off this light shit that the King of Wands knows that you'll surpass one day. Because just for them to be a king, like this is kind of like a goated energy looking at like a younger generation type of thing. Like, oh, this is the next me, you know, type of shit, like in the world. But they're seeing how the next generation really like evolves on. It's like, whoa, type of shit scheme. You know, because if we went plaque for plaque, they're basically right where I'm at right now. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this King of Wands has been so like cold and shut up, because there really isn't anyone in this league. I feel there's just not. You know, it's like his attitude as the King of Wands is just like it's not really easy to find an equal. Of course, you would get caught up, sloshed up, because I don't even think they thought it was possible for there to be some sort of equal. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the King of Wands is really attracted, because it's like, it's an attractive, like, I feel like I see myself. It's a deep reconnecting to self with a situation where it's like, oh my God, I feel like I remember going, that was like exactly my path, is the frequency. And then this is also about to be, it's like discerning what would be justice, because you do have the memory of being locked outside, right? You're always able to really decide what is fair and just based on what you've really gone through. I think that's a big part of it too, is like, you don't really care. Like, I'm right now in a place where it's like, my high priestess really does not care about certain things, because it's like, nah, you made me go through certain droughts though. Like, I can be kind of ruthless with you because you did some crazy shit, or like you said some crazy shit. It's like some of this stuff is balanced and fair because you did put me out though, or like maybe I don't really like care about you, or really like care about the situation anymore because you had me like you. This is like knowing the baseline truth though. It's like, it doesn't matter if we're going back and forth in the comments. Like, someone has done something where it's like, yeah, but when you crossed that line, it made it very clear, you know what I mean? Like, you tried to lock me out of my own shit, and this is about making sure you don't forget that. And that when you're meeting new things, or that's what I'm saying, this is one of the things that, again, helps the, because again, I think the high priestess is just doing this, but then I think she's also being bombarded with like how many people are connected to her. But then I think this king, this divine masculine frequency is very much like, no, you don't understand how I got to understand. I'm telling you how you took down, like, you entered my gate code, my gate access code. It's like, you just always have the code. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, you just always know how to get inside. Most of the times I feel like this King of Wands is like, no, I mean, King of Wands. King of Cups is like, no, nobody's getting in here. Not into this personal me, you know? But then it's like with this High Priestess, it's like every time. But it's this deeper backstory of like how they're both a star. The star is a star and the fucking sun is a star. So it's deep understanding. Like I said, I just feel like there's a cold and desolate part of the heart that doesn't get like soothed because there's no equality in the world. Like someone's like, I'm the only superhero out, so there's no other super guys. So I'm never, you know, and this is like the love story of that type of like, you know, heroes need love type of frequency. It's like you, but again, one of the things that's really important is like you really move with a fair mind. This priestess really moves with a fair-minded sense of justice, which is like, Five of Pentacles. Putting you out, God outside of you. And then Nine of Wands. Boundaries. And then the other thing is I think, you know, there is this sense of like synchronicity that like someone is barred off. Like it's really important because once it gets confirmed that it's like, oh, just so you know, I'm not focused on anything but this. Like I have all of my, like this is only, look at how this is Lovers, Six of Cups. So that's the soulmate, right? There's that frequency. But it's like, I'm not looking at any, I'm not even worried. Matter of fact, I put the whole fence in front of it because there's no other thing that I'm trying to protect. So I feel like that's the other thing that this King of Cups knows now that this High Priestess has done in one way or another, where it's like this High Priestess may just be putting up a boundary, but they don't realize that the boundary that they're putting up is their higher self responding to how it's like, I've made my choice. My choice is what God wants for me. So it means I'm leaving. It's not even just leaving something specific. It's like I'm putting up boundaries towards things that aren't that. So I think it just really kind of is showing like the synchronicity of like who and what is for you will be showing signs and evidence of doing the same thing you were doing. I think that's kind of the moral of this story here. How this all kind of happens is like you're gonna always be mirroring the exact same freak. And I think it is this. It's not unfortunate, but it's like it is a type of scenario where it's like it does kind of have to play out over time. Right. Because you just have to keep observing like what's still there. Whoa, and then there's karmic justice. Whoa, Savannah. Justice. This is a giant, right? For being put on the street. Straight up. Wow. Kicked to the streets. This is the fall of Babylon and the entrance into the kingdom of heaven. It's your justice, new worth. Because I think that's the other thing. This High Priestess has accidentally decoded the heart of this King of Cups. I don't even know if the High Priestess is aware of that. Because the High Priestess is a very different category. I think this could be also like a lot of King of Cups. I think this could represent like the status. So like a king to a major arcana is not the same status. Major arcana is going to be like a celestial freak. So High Priestess, it's like falling in love with like a god or something. Like it's like these people are like, oh, my heart is, this is like devotion. This is supposed to be to help the divine masculine re-devote to God, because the devotion they feel for this, like, more like a god to a man, like, a, you know, the status of the archetypes in and of itself. So I feel like there's just this like bigger bridging energy that is like bringing in and attracting all this, because it's like this High Priestess has some sort of code in their energetics that disarms the heart of this King of Cups through having personal success so big at such an early stage in their journey that you can already tell they're going to be bigger than anything else that's ever been, because it's already like they have so much at that personal Six of Wands success. There's a King of Wands that's deeply magnetized to the fact that they're like, whoa, I haven't seen somebody genuinely have a come up like I had, or genuinely have a talent like I had, or like genuinely be like, that's just what it is. It's like, it's Wands behavior. It's like a magician. It's like Harry Potter's mentor, you know? That's like when Harry Potter entered Hogwarts type of shit.
When Harry Potter popped on the scene, it was like...
Yeah. it didn't even matter he was an orphan for real, because it was like, well, you about to have all the clout when you go to school, so it doesn't even matter. And that's kind of the energy that I was having when I came back, you know, from even just seeing my mom. It's like, I was like, wow, my shit's really giving Harry Potter right now, because it's like, yeah, it really wouldn't matter that these girls were in the ghetto, because when I went to school, you wouldn't know. But then it's like, yeah, you then also, again, moving with that fair-minded sense of karma. This is also like someone who isn't afraid to discern when to let someone's karma be handle them, you know? Because thank God I just let those bitches go through their karma, because you see what they're not going to do is be accountable no matter what, so
that's...
And this person always defends and it's only you. Like, I think there's just like, there would be a lot of evidence of that. I feel like it's like, again, even if this high priestess is not even intending to, because I think it's just like an override. It's like your goals and aspirations are for something bigger, higher, but you're capturing it's like a whale, like eating. It's like you've caught all these microorganisms in your bite, but it's like they're nourishing you, sure, but it's like you're not even, the thing you're doing isn't like even knowing that it's capturing it. Well, again, like I said, it's just like disarming someone who typically is guarded around what they're guarded around here. But then it's like, moving with a fair sense of justice, right? Like, letting someone's karma play out, because there's justice for the fall of Babylon, which is happening right now. Or it's like karma was about to hit somewhere and you jumped out. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like all these traits that this high priestess has is the reason that she avoided something. Like, she threw something out right before it really did happen, karmically. And it's the reason you're producing. This thing is going to give you Ace of Pentacles. Because I think it's the same karma. Your discernment. You were closing your eyes, just swinging, and you said something that was like, and because it's the same, you predicted a justice, and then it actually, like, legit happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's such a complete me, but it's like the arousal of this. I think the way that the Knight of Cups is this intuitive, emotional offering that will mature over time in the recent past, stemmed from a primordial nature, right? Something you would expect, like A plus B equals C. Like, I think this is like the origins of like when you realize what your nature is, like what's natural for you, etc. Because I think that's the whole conversation, is like in the past, you realizing that like the King of Cups that's in the current, right? That's like, that's it. That's what total fulfillment would look like. In the past, I was really drawn towards it. I was going towards it intuitively, because this is such a visceral experience, right? Four of Wands. Because I feel like there's one thing missing. The fourth wand is the sexual simpatico. So I feel like a lot of people are missing that like chromosome, you know, they're like missing a leg, you know, a limb in this picture. And I feel like it's this high priestess that it's like, it started with that attractive, like, moth to it, or it's not even a moth to a flame, it's like it's from within. It's like when something rises from within. This high priestess is called, disarmed, decoded, and called this King of Cups to rise type of frequency. Literally from within. Knight of Cups is one rising up from within to be able to develop self-trust again, to be able to expect things, you know what I mean? Three of Wands. You know, because I think the issue was just like, are you said no dock of the bay? You was like always waiting at the port for something to come in that you're never able to have. And I think it has to do with the going back towards this relationship that you have with yourself. It's like, are you letting yourself chase your desires? You see what I'm saying? Go after that which you desire.
Yeah.
Because they're expecting you. I think in the recent past, that's what you're realizing. You're kind of being called forward towards something because you can kind of sense that something is expecting you. Something is expecting you to follow. Like, look at the brother. This is also like, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but this is like hooking. Like, look, like this fisherman is like trying to, you know. Also, I'm just hearing like hooked. It's like, I'm hooked. Hook 'em, you know. Okay, let's clarify the high priestess. What? Oh my god, of course, a perfect match. That's why. That's why. Brother. I don't know if this King of Cups could see it, but I think that's what is the problem, is because of the status of the High Priestess. It's like, could you also be a perfect... That's what I'm saying. It's like, but this is the conversation of misogyny. Misogyny would say that women you couldn't have it all. You know, you can't be in your purpose and also be perfect for someone. But I think that's what you learned, is like, whoa, what makes this High Priestess so cool is that it's like, you also have, you know, what happened? Vomit? I don't know what that means. Okay, anyways. He's always suffering greatly. It's like crazy. It's like 24 and suffering greatly. Anyways, okay. Queen of Cups. Yeah, it also is felt it's just like this one would tug at the heartstrings. If there was an innovation on the thing, like an innovation away, movement away, if spirit moved this away, if this was, you missed the last boat out. This is actually a High Priestess that was like, I gotta save myself. Like, I think this is like a High Priestess that could be Five of Swords. Like, the last thing that happened was like, well, you Five of Swords me. So the thing that's next is like, there's nothing to wait. It's like, you Five of Swords me. There's nothing to even wait on anymore. Yeah. It's like, I feel like that's the thing the King of Cups knows, though. Is like, the rapport is that like, well, I did have this High Priestess queen, my Queen of Cups, like my queen. Yeah. Which is, I know now to be this High Priestess frequency. I have that, the dynamics in some ways, like, because we kept talking about how the Five of Swords keeps coming up, the Five of Swords, it's like a lose-lose. Where it's like, yeah, this is where it's like, if the High Priestess can tell that, like, the High Priestess could be your queen, but if you don't know how to receive love, it can't be, it doesn't need to be, it's like, it doesn't need to be, you know? So I think in the past, or at the crowning of this, is like the absence of that, like the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups is like Six of Swords. Let's look at the Five of Swords reverse in the near future. It's giving fuck my ex. It's giving I have to get my leg back. It's, you know, even though it's crunchy and it's so retrograde, like, you know what's going on because of like, pay attention to like what's actually manifesting, like what's actually showing up. It's like, I don't have to, I really don't have much answers. I just know that some girls are showing up in my face like right now. And it's because Five of Swords reversed, Three of Cups. There's a finalized severing of the third party. And as soon as you sever the third party, it's like God comes with like a lump sum reimbursement. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like, what I'm really hearing for this King of Cups, this third party was definitely linked to a drainage. It was because God didn't want you to get comfortable with this succubus energy. It was going to keep draining the funds until so long as you like needed it to reflect back to you, like, don't leave this thing sucking from you. Right. Wow. Don't do that. Cut this third party off. Because it's like, as soon as you do, it's like something pops up. It's like a refund, like a tax refund, you know? Because it's Three of Cups. Because I think the third party is like also, they got carried away. They started like celebrating. Yeah. This is like a third party who's like, you know, you're a third party, right? Like, why are you like too turned up right now? Like, you're getting too turned. Somebody like really, because it's like, you got way too turned up right now. You got way too turned up right now, because the thing is like, this is like, I've got separate bread. I've got a backup settlement. It's like, you're too turned up-y. Yeah, you're way too turned up-y. I'm a little confused.
Because that is.
For it to be a karmic third party, you're a little too turned up.
Yeah.
What's going on, girl? What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like truly like whatever the third party really is. And I don't know why I want to keep saying even like the celebrity of it all. I think that if I can be honest with you, the third party that many of you are like cutting off of me, this is like brutal. It's kind of like, no, like stop trying to, because you're seeing some fishy shit. You're seeing like someone try to, this is again, somebody is voluntarily being a karmic third party for the celebrity of it. It's like what I just wanted to say, because it's like you want to be clinking up and celebrating with the guys who earn some shit too, but it's like you're a third party karmic.
Right.
And I just feel like this is someone sending you to war so they can like have a, like you're having to do this so that there's, you know, it's like my apron looks like this so you girls can look like this with your matcha lattes, you know what I mean? But you're slicing and dicing and blending and cutting in on the front lines. And it's like you're Three of Cups, it's like you're Three of Cups, it's like you're like chilling, like it's just like no problem. Page of, it's like, no, of course there would be a credit. I feel like there's a credit that comes to you. Cut off the third party. It's like my insurance. It's like when we cut off the third party, a lump. But that attracted with my mom. She was available to pay attention to that, because slowly but surely, like, think pieces are like chipping away and coming back into focus. Like I feel like slowly but surely, obviously because her body is here right now, and I think she's still like catching up a little bit. I was like, I just kind of had to put her through. I was like, you need to go to bed right now. You need to enjoy your little fucking bacon burger. Do whatever, because what you're really here for is the, you know, the get back of it all. The fucking, how did I just, you know, because I'm sure you had the immediate response like, that's fine, I'm good, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you girls know this or not, because I feel like some of you women don't realize, like, this might have been you, where it's like someone cut you because you didn't realize this King of Cups could tell that you were just doing it for, again, it's not actually in practice necessarily a celebrity, but like the word on the street, the gossip on the street, the way that you would be viewed, you know, taking the celebrity of this King of Cups is what it is. And that is so obvious. And those are the connections, the third party connections that need to be cut for this King of Cups. But I think it's almost something to do with, like, in the now moment, the heart being disarmed really helps. Because it's being disarmed by such a powerfully attractive, like, familiar force, that it's opening up vulnerability that would, like, in this dynamic, once and for all, would help you slice off the, like, growth. You know what I mean? Because this needs to be done, you know? Sometimes in order to perform an exorcism, you gotta, like, get the subject, like, really far away from the stimuli so it's weak, its influence is weak enough. Then you gotta really, like, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is what we're performing. It's almost like this High Priestess Queen of Cups is the only one who could get rid of this. And it's like the King of Cups has to, like, require, it's like, you're the only one that can help me get rid of this once and for all. And I think it's already been said. I think it's just like using this play. This is like the High Priestess's playbook. Yeah. But it's like as soon as you do, it's like poop, pops up like a reward. Yeah. And I think there is let's start with the Mm-hmm. Wow. And I feel like this is exactly what happened to the divine feminine. While this where she was always sourcing it herself, Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who didn't, this is the wrong judgment call. It's like, this is a bachelorette and this is being like, no. This is also like, sort of serial, like, removing. It's like a lot of rejection of the divine feminine, so that's another part of it. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Yeah, someone's like dying over the fact that they didn't give you the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Yeah. Because I think now you're realizing like, oh, the only reason you could have disappointed me is because you're not actually for me. So people are realizing they withheld their money, their resources or whatever, and it wasn't even actually for you because they were weaponizing it, but you could only weaponize it because it's not even the offer I'm supposed to take type of thing. And I think that sent you to the Ten of Swords. Because this is like being like, psych. This is like putting in a quarter and being like putting a string attached to it and like ripping it out.
Yeah. Get it how you live it.
Let's check. Let's clarify the devil. Super codependent. Feeling defeated. Sort of held hostage. And being overly burdened. The devil contract is what we would fear. Fearing that this is not a relationship of equality. I think we feared it so much that we had like a lot of like lashing out. I think our biggest fear, yeah, just that we're not actually equals. Or that this isn't actually like being done equally. And just doing a lot to like, so let's see. Full reverse is the outcome. Retrograde. I think there's just a real big awareness that it's like, it's very obvious that we're the two sphinxes that need to pull this chariot forward. And the reason we can't go forward now, we know, is not because anyone's doing anything wrong. But it's because this has to be addressed. The Fool has to go back. Because the new beginning was, the conversation literally is like, the new beginning was supposed to be. They were telling the truth. They were telling you where you were supposed to be this new beginning, this Queen of Swords. And it seems like it was like not believed type of thing. Only for it to have been the truth. So then, you know. We're fucking channeling tonight, girls. It's like transformational. Deep art, deep art, deep art. Girls. know what the fuck I've been talking about for the last however long, just so y'all know. Alright, God, is there any other messages we've got? Because I just be working. Any other messages, God? Oh my God. Pisces season. Crucifixion vibes. Knight of Pentacles. I think this goes down to show it's like there's something that it's like you do need to pay for that. Like it's almost like you probably should pay somebody to come paint your house instead of doing it yourself. This is when you make a mistake or you crucify yourself to where it's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't think that I can do all this by myself because something happened where it's like, this is blowing up in my face because I was trying to do it myself and I probably should just like, that's probably why people get degrees. But it's like, you know, people who like certain aspects of life or business or whatever, you can't just do on your own. So, you know, there are times when it's just like, maybe, yeah, right. You need to call Leon the professional because I don't know if you girls are. No, you don't. You don't. So this is after the crucifixion being like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hire because the last time I slipped and fell on my ass cheeks. You know, because these kinds of things can help me. Yep. Oh my God, 3 of Cups. Third party 3 of Cups. Yeah, and then someone's in celebration. There's like 3 people. It's like karmic justice. It's like with my mom right now. It's like either way from what she's been taken from or like even what she has been given. It's like we're in alignment right now. You know, there's a specific alignment where it's like it seems like the backdated what would be owed from this type of boundary being set with that other energy is like that sort of Knight of Pentacles frequency. Yeah. So it's like while someone is in the middle of like partying and celebrating and communion, like alignment, triangular alignment, a Knight of Pentacles comes in. Because what started as like Page of Cups is now just like all consuming. Something that just like, that is like the tip of the iceberg. Whoa. It's the whole thing. And it's also like, because in the recent past, it's like the voice of, this is like somebody seeing that someone's like coming forward with their Ace of Swords, like, this is my truth. And it's like when you know you're the person who matches that truth. It's like, I have the whole foundation to match that truth. It's me. It's me. It's like charging at the, you know, to match it band for band, you know. I also feel like it's like a deep sense of like desiring to be coordinated type of frequency. You know. So it's like, if you match this truth, you're the king. It's like, that's me. Are you going to let yourself transform your life by walking away from that which no longer serves you? I think half the battle is sometimes you got to get on the plane and put a physical barrier. Wow, and there's this. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes to remember who you are and to remember the union you're already in, you need to like travel, you need to cheer, you need to corral down the road, look how much space, you get what I mean? This is like being protected. This is like, this is like a Queen of Cups being like, I'm gonna go behind the person who has really strong boundaries right now and let them stop this riot from trying to come for me. A deep sensing that something is coming. There's no, it's like almost dead in the 5 of Pentacles reverse. Something is changing. You can tell that you're not being locked out anymore. You can sense, there's a deep, deep sensing that something is Knight of Cups on the way en route. Intuitively, you can sense that. So you're not locked out anymore. It's just like the feeling. Proposal vibes? I don't know. Like business proposal. Like I'm proposing. Here's the proposal. Here's what I'm thinking. Eight of Pentacles. The fear space. Ace of Cups and the wheel. Yeah, someone's already long since walked away. Someone is showing up in the daylight now because what is happening is that they're walking away from the past. Page of Swords reverse, Queen of Wands reverse. Cutting off this Queen of Wands reverse, sending the message. There's a message. I also feel like this Queen of Wands reverse has revealed that they're a Queen of Wands reverse because of something. Because the Page of Swords reverse, they keep showing up. Saying, like, it's like they're, at this point, it can't be hidden. They're like speaking the babble. They're like talking like that, you know what I mean? Any other messages from somebody? Because, yeah, it's like that. It's like on that vibe. Prosperity at this time, joy and gratitude at this time are only for those who are brave. I'm so schizo right now. It's like not even a joke. So yeah. Okay, guys. That was such a fun read, right? I don't even know what I've just been talking about. No clue. No clue, guys.
Yeah, I feel like
But anyways, I'm ready for bed now.